Namaste, this is Dr. Aisha Butalia. I welcome you all for today's session on friend classes for the subject Object Oriented Programming Language in C++. Today's topic is very easy and you will enjoy. The name itself is very friendly. So I'll repeat, the topic is friend classes. So let's start. What is a friend class? When all the functions need to access another class in such a situation, we can declare an entire class as friend class. Okay, but before going to friend classes, we will be seeing what is friend function, because a class is an encapsulation of data members and member functions. Okay, data members and the member functions can be private, protected, or public. So function is what? It is the encapsulation of instructions. And class is what? It is the encapsulation of data and functions both. So what is a friend function? C++ allows a mechanism in which a non-member function has access permission to the private data member of the class. We'll revise some basic concepts. Now, if suppose a data member is private, okay, so you cannot directly access that data member using the object of the class. How do we access the data and the member functions? With the help of the object. So in the main program, first we define the class, okay, and then in the main program, we define the object of the class, okay, and then by through those object, we call the uh, member data and the member functions. Now, if suppose the data member is private, then only it can be accessible through the public member function. I'll repeat, if the data member is private, then we can access it only through public member function of the same class, right? And we create the object of the class and then we instantiate the object and the public member function, and indirectly then we use the private data members. So only the member functions of the same class has the authority to access the data members, even though it is a private or even though it is a public. Okay. Now public means we can directly access the data members by the object of the same class. But it is not possible that private or the public data members or even the public member functions can be accessed by another class. But there is a special facility in C++ and that is called friend, the keyword friend. So now we'll repeat the definition. C++ allows a mechanism in which a non-member function, okay, a non-member means which is not a part of that class, that function has access permission to the private data members of the class. This is something which we cannot be achieved till now, whatever we have learned in our previous lectures. Okay, so now this can be achieved with the friend. Now see, as the name suggests, what is a friend? In our childhood days, we had compost box and we had scale, rubber, pencils. Small children, they are very fond of all these stationery items. They feel that they are their private items actually. So they only share it, with their friends. If unknown person tries to even access these items, they become very angry. So friend means what? It is given the access of, the private items like pencil, rubber, okay, which they are very fond of, to their friends. Okay, this is something like that. So this can be done by declaring a non-member function as a friend to the class whose private data is to be accessed. Now it will be more clear with an example. So the program is, which we are discussing, write a program to addition 3 number using friend function. Now this 3 number is actually the 3 arrays. Okay, we will see here There is a small modification. It is a 3-number array. So here there is a class B which is already declared, class C which is already declared, and now we are defining the class A. Why we are doing this, we will see that. But before that, just a revision of the declaration, definition, and calling. So whether it is a function or a class, okay, we try to first declare it, then we try to define it, and then we try to call it or use it. Okay, so there are three parts of any data member, any data function, or a class, or a standard function, or a global function, or a global data member, whatever it is. Okay, so for example, if I say int I means we are declaring that I is a variable of type integer. When we say int I is equal to 0, there is an initialization. So there is also one part called as initialization. So there is declaration, there is initialization, there is definition, and there is calling. But initialization is a part of definition itself. Sometimes a value is not initialized, so automatically the compiler sets a garbage value. In C++, default constructor can be called where the initialization can be done. Okay, so initialization can be defined as a part of definition block itself. So first we declare int I, or we can say int I is equal to 0. So initialization and declaration can be done together. Then, okay, we try to use that, define that I. So if we are saying I is equal to 0, it's the initialization definition. And then later we say I is equal to, say, j plus 1. Okay, so that I, we are now, what we are doing, we are defining that what is I actually. And when we say printf I, we are actually using the I for showing on the screen. Or say we can say k is equal to I plus 3. So here we are using the value of I for computing the value of k. Okay, so ultimately, whether a class or a data member or a data member function, it has three parts. First, the declaration, definition, and the using. Now, declaration can be done directly during the using part also. We will see that. So here there's B class is declared, but it is still not defined. C class is declared, but still it is not defined. Now we are declaring as well as defining the class A. So we have an A array of type integer having 5 data members. Then there is a in data member function which is returning the void value, no arguments, and it is public. Now here the highlight is it is declaring in the public a sum function, okay, which is returning an object C, and it has 3 objects as its arguments. What are they? Class A, class B, and class C. Hence this class B and C were initially declared. Okay, now if this would have not been done, you could have directly written here class space B, class space C likewise. Now to note over here that this sum is a friend function. Okay, that means this sum is declared friend function. So this sum function has the authority to access the data members of this class A. This means like that. Okay, now the class has ended. Then we define the in data member outside the main. Hence this scope resolution operator is required. And this is the data member of the class A. Now what is done in the definition of this data member function in? We are trying to scanf from the users the 5 values of the array which are now put in the array A. Then we define the class B. Again there is a B array of type integer. Again there is a in function. Again there is this function sum is declared here also as friend. Why? Because this needs the access of the object of class B. So it has to be defined in B. The B will give the permission. Okay. Now B is the owner of its data members. Right. So B will give the authority to some function that you are my friend and you can access my data members. Similarly, in function of class B is defined outside it is scanning the array from the user. Now class C, similarly, C is the array of type integer. There is a function called as out, and again this sum is declared here. C is giving the permission to sum also to access its data members. Why? Because for the sum it is requiring its class C. So it is sum is actually what it is doing, the summation of all the three arrays. Okay. In fact, two arrays and then printing the array in C. Okay. So sum A, sum B. Okay. Sum A plus B, putting it in C and then C out C. So now out is the function which is declared outside the class C using scope resolution operator. Now this is what it is printing the value C. Okay. Now what C is doing, it is now declared in the function sum. Now you will kindly note that sum is not requiring any scope resolution operator, because this function friend has a speciality that this is not a data member function of any class. Okay. It is just a class which is a friend function being used to access the data members of that class. Okay, so ultimately we wanted the sum of the arrays A and B of the class members, small a and b arrays of the class members capital A and B respectively. Okay, so naturally there was required some third party. So this third party becomes the friend of both classes A and B, and it prints the value C, and obviously it has to be a friend of C as well. So here this is the class and this is the object A1 of class A. Small b1 is the object of class capital B. Small c1 is the object of class capital C. We are passing the arguments here and then we are doing the addition. Why in sum A1 is accessible? Because sum is the friend function of this object A1 of class A, right? Similarly for B. So it is doing the summation and putting it in the object of class C1, right? And then it is returning C1. That's why here this sum function is returning the object of the class C. Now we coming to the main class. We declare the object of A class, we declare the object of B class, we declare the object of C class. Very simple. Then we try to call the function in of the A class. What in was doing, it is scanning the 5 elements from the user and putting it in the array A. B, it is what this in function is doing. This is scanning the 5 elements from the user and putting it in the array B. Then sum is doing the summation of A plus B and putting it in C. So it is returning C. And then we are doing C dot out, and out is the function which is actually printing those 5 summed values. So this is how we have the access of the data members of A and B, okay, through the friend function sum. I hope this is very clear and this is very simple. Now coming to the friend classes. So now we'll go to the definition again. So now this will be clear to you more. When all the functions need to access another class, in such a function, we declare an entire class as friend class. Now coming again to that child example, in the compass box, it had a ruler, a scale, okay, it had a rubber, it had a pencil. So, it can give the access to his or her friend to only the rubber, okay. But suppose it has given the access of rubber, pencil, scale, then that is called as a class friend. Why? Because it has given access to all the data members. Okay, simple as that. So friend, when all the functions need to access another class, all the functions, okay, this is to be noted, when all the functions. In that case, there were in A class, there was in function and there was some function, right? In A class, there was in function and there was some function. Now both of them are not friends. But in case, suppose if both of them are declared as friends, then we can say that class A is a friend class itself. Coming back, when friend is not inheritable from one class to another. Now, what is the difference between a friend function and an inheritance? You know, in inheritance, suppose B inherits, or it is a derived class of A, right? So that means that B uh, accesses all the member functions of the A, but it is not the case with friend. It can give some access to some functions as friend, some it will not give. And another thing is, for example, A is a friend of B, but it's not necessary that B should also be a friend of A. That is the difference between inheritance. Okay. If, you know, inheritance means what? A father and a son. So there is a relationship. If B is a son of uh, A, and A is a father of B. So they both have some relationship. But in friend, if A is a friend of B, it is not necessarily that B is a friend of A. For example, if suppose that child has given access, that child A has given access to his friend B for the scale, rubber and pencil. It's not necessary that the child B will also give access, okay, to its scale, rubber and pencil. It's as simple as that. So coming to the next, declaring class A. So what we were highlighting now through that example, friend is not inheritable from one class to the other. So friend is different and inheritance is different. So declaring class A to be a friend of class B does not mean that class B is also a friend A. That is what we discussed right now. So friendship is not exchangeable. It should have been there, but in real life also we know that this is not always true. So coming to the next example, class B, it is just declared. Class A is defined where there is an integer A which is private. Then there are public data member functions. One is a set. It is setting the value of A as 30. And there is another function called show that is also public. Okay, it is having an argument of class B. That's why it got declared earlier, so that this can be done. If this step was not included, then you can directly write here class space B. Now this is ended, class A is ended, then we again define class B, because this is just declaration. The definition part is remaining. So there is a B private variable of type integer. Then there is another function called B set. This is declaring this B value as 40. Then there is a function called friend. Which is that function? Here it is, as scope resolution operator is saying, that it is the function show of the class A. Okay. Now this is a friend here means what? Show function has the rights to access the private member B of the class B. Okay. That is why it was given the authority to pass the value B. Okay, so basically, if you just observe that in this year there was a scope resolution, but in the previous example, you see this sum was without the scope resolution operator. So here sum was not belonging to any class. This is the meaning over here. Whereas in this case, there is a function show, which is the public function of the class A. And if you observe in previous case also, this sum function was passing the objects. So generally, why we declare a function? Okay, we declare a function to access another private members of another class. So obviously, if you're trying to access another class, you need the object. Okay, because we already discussed in the beginning of the lecture that we cannot access the private data members through the object of the same class itself. Okay, but we can do it with the member functions if they are public. So similarly, in either of the case, we want the object of the class. So that's why in the friend functions, if you kindly note, what are the arguments? They are generally the objects of the class. So here, as when we have learned the chapter of functions, we always pass, int comma int. And when we actually call that function, we or the define the function, okay, we say int a comma int b, and when we call the function, we can pass the values 2 comma 3. Likewise over here, when this function was just being declared, okay, directly the class names were passed. When they were defined, then the objects were passed, and when they were called, directly the values were passed. So coming to the example which we were going through, this is the show function. It is the friend function defined by, that means B class has given the permission, okay, to the function show of the class A, that it can access its private members, okay, because it has declared that, okay, the class show function of the class class A is the friend. That means all the functions of A are not the friend functions, okay, only show has been given this privilege. So now this is A show. What is this A show? This was the this is declared outside the class, okay, and okay, so you can see that it has not been defined anywhere else. It is directly defined here and declared here as well. Since it is a friend function, it cannot be, it is not called with scope resolution operator was not needed, and it is passing the object B, okay. So here it will print all the values of A and the B objects. Now in main, coming to the main, A1 is the object of class A, and we are calling a set, okay, with the help of A1 object. Now let's go through what is a set. A set is the public function of the class A. So it can be directly called with the object of A. Okay, what will be done over here? The value of A would be set to 30. Similarly, B set was the public function which was setting the value of private value data member B as 40. Okay, and then this is the main thing. Now this is A1 dot show. Now there is a simple mistake over here. This is not capital. Okay, this is there should be a space over here. Okay, that was I was observing. There is just a typing mistake here. There should be a space. Okay, why there should be a space? Because if you go over here, this is the show function which we are using with the, this is the definition of the show function, right? And there should be a scope resolution operator over here because it is the member function of A class. Okay, so just kindly note there is some typing mistake. You can just do some modification, A scope resolution operator and show. But this will give a learning experience since we saw that there is no A show being defined and there is no use also. And since there is no function which is declared public, friend function, it cannot be used without scope resolution operator as well. Because if this would have been used without scope resolution operator, then this function would have been the friend function of both the classes as earlier. Okay, so just note this kindly. Sorry for the inconvenience. Just note this change, probably a learning experience. And what is this show function doing? It is printing the values of A. Obviously, printing the value of A would not be very difficult because it is the, since show is a public member function and A is the private data member data, but it is of the same class A. So obviously it will not be difficult for show function to print A. But for B, how it has access to, show the private member function of class B? Because it was declared friend, as simple as that. Now coming to the main, this A, again, this was set to value 30 for A. This was set to value 40 for B. Now what this function will do? It will display 30 and 40. Okay. So this is all about the friend functions. Okay, I hope this was a short and sweet lecture. And as your normal friendship, you can define the friend as a function or as a class. It can be defined as a class friend function when all the member data functions are friend to the other classes. So thank you very much for the patient listening. This is Dr. Aisha Butalia. The session was on friend function and friend classes in C++, object-oriented programming language using C++. Thank you once again. Have a nice day.